Welcome to National Prayer Breakfast.
Howdy, howdy.
You know the drill. I'm not going to keep saying who I am.
I think you should.
You guys know who I am.
Say
my name. Say my Jesse. You're my Jesse. Do you know that? No, actually, I don't know. Yeah, I'm the Heisenberg, I think.
Yeah.
You're Jesse.
For sure, I'm Jesse. I'm gonna die of an overdose with my goth girlfriend.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You are, actually, when I first met you, my brother was like, dude, that's your Jane or whatever the fuck.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No, we're late this week because we had a little emergency come up. And by emergency, I mean Earth, Wind, and Fire came to Starlight Theater, and Liv needed to go to that with her mom and Janet.
Yeah, fucking Janet came out.
Liv, and Haley, and
Dobby.
Janet, and Mom.
Old Ma.
Old Ma.
Went out.
They're gonna get T-shirts made. Well, I can't wait. You know, if we ever have a wedding, it'll be fun to see what sort of, because like your sister will be your maid of honor or whatever, so she'll throw a party for you, and
God.
it'll be
for her.
it'll be for Instagram. It'll be very Instagram friendly. My question is, if your sister, you're so different from your sister, like, if she throws you a party, is she going to is she going to do a Olivia themed party, or is it going to be like something from Pinterest? You know,
she would probably do something.
she
from
likes to
Pinterest.
express herself with stuff from Pinterest, which
Yeah.
is fine. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Hey.
I don't know. I've kind of been telling her, like, I would never want any of this.
Yeah.
Like, every time she throws a party, I'm like, oh my God, I will never fucking do this.
Right.
So,
Can I just say, we are riding off it's Wednesday night, but we are riding off a weekend where Catch a Trying Star, the show that I run with Ryan Tricky at the Rhino, it's sold out, which is huge. That never happens at the Rhino for comedy shows. Never happens.
never.
Unheard of. But you know the last guy to do it. Well, I think it was Little Dayton Bissett or something, or with when Mark Norman came through. That's neither here nor there. We gotta protect people's time.
Easy on the mini umbrella tree.
Olivia cares about her plants a lot.
I do. You can see my bird of paradise is blooming.
It's almost as if she projects human qualities onto them.
Yeah.
If I didn't know better, I'd say she's delusional.
Maybe a little bit. They're my friends.
She is very sensitive about it. I like to close the blinds during the day. She does not like that. Olivia, she selected a home that has a bedroom that has just a glass door. What the fuck is up with that? Why do we sleep in the room with the fucking glass door?
For the aesthetic.
I don't give a goddamn.
I love it.
I don't give a goddamn.
I love being able to close my bedroom door and see outside. Like, I feel so safe and secure.
My whole life, I've never had privacy.
Yeah.
Never had privacy.
Never.
Never once.
Your parents take your door off the hinges ever?
No, they didn't take the door off, but I never had a lock. That's for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's real fucked up. Whatever. I'm performing at KC Irish Fest. Aaron goes Irish this weekend.
Are you Irish?
So I wanted to do when I announced that today on my Instagram, I wanted to do some like fucking offensive shit. But then I was like, oh fuck. Like this is a different sort of deal. They won't understand.
Yeah.
I did do like a low key, like kind of nod to like, I don't know if you saw on that.
I didn't see it yet.
So I took one of my paintings of Christopher Moltisanti, who is from The Sopranos. It's my painting I made of him. And it's with a collector of mine in California right now. Not to brag. Not to brag.
With the collector.
Which, by the way, not to toot my own horn. There's going to be a lot of horn. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. There's going to be a lot of horn tooting this episode.
Oh.
But
don't explode.
I am the artist for the working man. I don't sell my art to the elites because they don't want it.
Would you?
But I sell art in a price range that is just kind of for the working man. It's for the baristas out there.
Yeah.
It's for the fucking nannies. And but also it's for tech workers who like they feel empty in their lives and they're like I want to support and help artists and they get meaning from that and I love that too.
Yeah.
I love getting support because it validates my feelings and it's like it's nice because it's like fuck you mom.
Oh.
Fuck you mom.
Oh.
Or whatever. Like,
yeah.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you, people who are like, I don't know. Like, don't do art. Don't do art. It's so hard to make a... Yeah, no shit. But if you...
if all art fails...
If you're a real artist, you're going to suffer for it.
Yeah.
And I'm down for suffering.
And
I have not yet begun to suffer.
Yeah. Wow.
I am ready. Bring on the suffering.
Would you ever become like a
high
school art teacher?
I would only do that if, in order to pollute the minds of the youth and like convert them to socialism.
Yeah, but so like.
No, I'm kidding. I like teaching people.
I know
art stuff. I just don't know if I'm any damn good at it, really.
Yeah. I don't think you're organized enough to be a teacher.
But I'm good at like teaching art in a way that's fun.
Like Sunday service.
Sunday service is a good goddamn hang.
It's a good time.
You know what? It's a good time because like people show up who don't do art at all and they're amazed by what they can do. And then there's also people who do art all the time and they fucking... They just use it as an excuse to do something fun.
Yeah.
Like, something fun and quick. Be nice to yourself, Yeah. Just, like, let yourself play with some fucking crayons.
That's hard.
Be a kid again.
Crayons.
Be a fucking kid again.
Be a little whittle.
Put on a little fucking choo-choo hat and go to the fucking Crown Center.
Fritz's. Fucking get there.
Get you a burger that's delivered on a goddamn choo-choo.
That you order on a telephone.
A choo-choo train. You order it on a telephone. You call the fucking conductor.
That place. Can we talk about what hell Fritz's is in Crown Center?
Why don't you hand me that goddamn ladder?
Remember when we went?
What?
Oh my god, the wait and it was so embarrassing. Like I love my mom. So my mom, she's 70, which is wild to say out loud. Jeez. But like she is kind of a Karen.
Well, so she's from a generation of
yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you're our age...
No, she's a restaurant complainer for sure. No.
Listen. We're not saying...
What is burning?
Can I... What are you talking about?
Is something burning?
This?
Okay.
Oh my god. Will you let me say my thing?
Okay, yeah, I think that's what it is. Sorry, I freaked out.
Well, don't be paranoid right now. All right, let me say my thing.
Okay, I'm listening.
This is important. So there's like a whole generation of people my parents' age, and they, for whatever reason, there is something wrong with people in that generation, their brain, as to where they do not have empathy for workers.
Yeah.
And they don't make the distinction, like if they hate a policy or they hate a price, they think that that's the cashier's fault.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? Mm-hmm. Why are they like that? I was with my dad at the fucking DMV like a year ago. Yeah. We were trying to get my tags figured out and shit. And he fibbed on, like we had to get like a co-sig, like we had to get my mom to sign some bullshit. And he was like, oh yeah, well, you know, we'll go out there and go get her or whatever. Like he was just trying to pull a fast one.
Yeah.
You know, she wasn't there to sign it. He was just going to forge her signature. And, but while he was in there, like, he was just, like, fucking, like, he was upset because things were difficult. And he was taking it out on these fucking employees at the fucking DMV.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you understand, like, this isn't their fault.
Yeah.
This isn't fucking their fault.
Yeah.
I don't know.
100%.
Anyway, they have no goddamn. Well,
it's almost like they just
and they
don't
like,
realize
they're like, well, why
they
would
only
I tip?
see them as
like, why would I tip? Why it's takeout? Why would I tip? Or like, you know, shit like that.
Yeah,
it's just like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah,
what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
or they think like, oh, Dad, no one wants to work anymore.
Yeah,
like. Oh.
Well, it's just, like, crazy to me because, like, fuck, what was I gonna say?
People are fucking poor, and despite what you think.
Oh,
like,
it's like that generation, they only see workers as, like, workers. Like, almost like they're not human.
Yeah.
And they, like, also don't have a life.
Right. And they're just, like...
They're literally just there to serve you.
Right.
And, like...
Also, they kind of, like... I don't know. They definitely are more like capitalists in the sense that they think just in general profit is more important than anything else. And as we've seen under capitalism, like of course, like like companies have to generate profits. Yeah. No shit. But I feel like people don't realize it doesn't have to be like, well, it's profitable, so we need to like let them do business. Like fucking, you know, that's how you get situations like fentanyl and shit like that. Yeah. That's just profiteering off of just slaughter. Yeah, they're just like willfully slaughtering a huge part of the population, and they like just vast numbers, like. So many people in these opioid epidemics, and they're allowed to still exist, and it's just like, what the fuck? They get a little slap on the wrist. Yeah. Those people like I think it was the same company that did that made fentanyl. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to say they were involved in Oxy, like. Before that, and they got like in big trouble for Oxy because they were marketing it as just like an afternoon like fucking pop an Oxy, like, you know, and they have pharmaceutical, like these companies, they have like pharmaceutical sales reps who just like they play golf with doctors and just like suck their dick in order to get them to push these certain medications and shit like that. And anyway, I'm bringing this up only because like it just seems like it seems so fucking obvious that profiteering just without any morality involved, just profit first, us first, like like, how the fuck is that idolized? Like, it is. It's
I know.
idolized. People fucking love it. People love a story about a guy who, like take Jeff Bezos or something. Like,
yeah.
we're meant to believe that he's inspiring because of what he did.
Yeah, they like love him. They're like, well, he, you know,
he did it on the backs of just like, I don't know. I don't like to throw this word around, but wage slaves. You know, like, that's something. Strike one.
Yeah.
Also, he willfully Jeffrey Bezos Jeffrey Bezos willfully doesn't pay his employees enough to for them to live, so they're on food stamps and shit, which just costs the taxpayer. So he's just yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm probably sounding like a broken record. I've probably talked about this before. But,
no, get this.
But
here, this is so
my
funny.
point is, we were talking about generations.
No, this is a perfect example, babe. Listen to this story. So, this is some family tea for everyone. So, my mom and me and my sister are I guess the only left people in our family anymore. And so my mom
oh, never mind. Go on.
Yeah, no. They're
I don't want to dox or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want to out any.
Well, anyways,
it's fine. I just wish I could talk to him for 2 hours.
Right.
Just give me 2 hours with him.
Well, okay, so my mom posted something on Facebook about the student loan relief or the student loan debt relief, hell yeah, or something.
Socialism.
And no, my mom, my mom's all about it.
Yeah.
And then her brother commented on it and was like, that's not right, if someone takes a loan out, they should pay it back. And, I went to college and I had to work and I had to pay all my loans back. And then his wife chimed in and then, another family member chimed in, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And they're all like, if you get a loan, you have to pay it back.
Yeah.
Guess what? Someone, I don't know who it was, Googled the PPP loans. Turns out the family member that was complaining about loans being forgiven had a $40,000 PPP loan and had it all forgiven.
Yep. And they're just like, I don't understand how people,
and
how people are poor.
And someone was like, okay, you completely, the person who called him out was like, what the fuck, you idiot?
I was talking to my mom the other day. And he was like,
well, that's different. Those jobs, that's what kept people alive.
Yeah.
What?
I was talking to my mom the other day, and she was talking about how, you can't give money to a homeless person because they'll use it to buy drugs, And I was just like, what the fuck sort of, CIA-sponsored thinking do you subscribe to? Where you think, you just have that grim of an opinion about society. It's just no, me giving this person money will allow them to do heroin. You're so cynical. You're so incapable. And, you claim to be a person who loves liberty and personal freedom and individualism and all that shit and making your own way. Freedom of choice. Very important to these people. But when it comes to shit a fucking junkie or a homeless person or whatever, they have no empathy.
Yeah.
They have no, and I don't think that it's we live, like, I'll be honest, we fucking live around poor people.
Yeah.
Like, fucking poor people.
Yeah.
And there's no way that doesn't, like, change your perspective on it. Like, you don't see things the same way as, like, some person who's, like, just doesn't know a single black person.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah.
Never met a black, like, I mean, met black people, of course, whatever, had maybe friendships with black people along the way, but they don't know any fucking black
But, like,
people.
yeah, like living in this day. No, living in, like.
And they don't know any, like, actual, like, they don't know, they have no understanding of, like, how poverty actually works. And how, you know, people,
Maybe
you know,
the only
these
way
people
you
are
get
always,
poor
like, big,
is...
like, tough on crime.
Yeah.
Sorts of people, like, law and order, tough on crime, like, lock them up, you know,
They're all
sort
gangs,
of. Yeah,
yeah.
in the 90s, it was, like, Newt Gingrich advocating for, he tried to pass a bill to get the death penalty for drug dealers.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like, yeah, it's fucking, it's bonkers. And yet, you know, a corporation like Chevron can poison and, like, murder indigenous people.
And nothing happens.
And nothing really happens. Like, they were hit with a lawsuit, but they, you know, it was nothing to them. Like,
it was like
they
$20.
run things. Yeah. And I don't know that they've paid it because it was in an, I believe, like, an Ecuadorian court or something. I don't know, wherever the fuck that happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if they actually paid it. But you see what I'm saying? And no one goes to jail for any of that.
I know.
No one goes to jail for,
it
like...
makes me sick.
No one goes to jail for fucking the poisoning of the people of Flint. Like...
Yeah.
No one goes to fucking jail. Why? How? How the fuck?
How is no one held responsible? Yeah.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like, let's fucking crack down on people that smoke weed or, like, whatever. Or, like, you know, you'll see these police departments, like, posting, like, hey, we had a big fucking bust today. We caught a fucking mother, you know, stealing milk for her child.
Yeah.
And she's in custody now.
Yeah.
You know, law and order. Like, if you're the type of like, how fucking naive are you as a citizen, and how, like, sheepish can you possibly be to think that, like, the cops are there to protect you?
Yeah.
Unless you're a fucking elite corporate fucking, you know, just oligarch.
Yeah.
The cops ain't there for you.
Yeah.
They ain't there for you. And, you know, of course, that's another rabbit hole to go down. I'm sorry.
I mean, they're
I've
just
been
like,
rambling,
the
but
cops are just like, I mean,
I've just been coming to terms with how these.
Well,
older
I'm thinking
people
about the cops.
Fucking think sometimes.
I mean,
not all of them. There are like cool
of course.
ass. I know guys. I know a guy named Larry, and he's old as shit. He looks like fucking Gandalf. But he's just an old folk singer.
Yeah.
And he lived in the same apartment complex as me. But he had one of the townhouses. And he would go to open mic music or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he would just sing his original songs. And they were just like protest, like Vietnam.
Hell
shit.
yeah.
And he would sing covers too. But I see him. He's like an old lefty or whatever. Yeah. And he likes a lot of the shit that, I don't know. I think he might have went to Vietnam too.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't it interesting?
Let's
like,
get him on the pod.
So, like, isn't it interesting how there are so many guys who were, like, veterans that after they came back from war, they were extremely like anti-war. Like this is all bullshit. Kurt Vonnegut was like that.
Yeah.
Slaughterhouse 5. I don't know if
no.
If you know about Slaughterhouse 5. So Kurt Vonnegut was he was a soldier in World War II, and he was captured by the Germans, and he was brought to Dresden, which was this pretty insignificant city, although it was like, I don't know, they had like a lot of people there.
Okay.
But like strategically it wasn't a big deal. But he was kept in like a prison underneath a slaughterhouse. And he wrote this book called Slaughterhouse 5 that is based on his experience being in Dresden in German captivity, while the British and the Allied forces, the British and the U.S., firebombed, and like melted the people of Dresden. And he survived because he was underground. And that event, like, obviously, like, defined his life and everything, because he was like, he saw the horror, like, you know, he was fighting for the Allies in World War II, which we're led to believe, like, is the good side, and of course, like, they had to defeat fascism, and there's honor in that. Fascism had to be stopped, but at the same time, there were horrible war crimes that were done by the Allied powers.
Yes.
Like, and, you know, like, and Dresden was one of them. Yeah. Dresden was an intentional civilian, just mass murder, like, unnecessary. And so, I don't know. He wrote this book called Slaughterhouse 5 where he... it's science fiction / like real events. So it's a character named Billy Pilgrim, and Billy Pilgrim is the narrator, I believe. Or no, it's from his perspective. Like, it's always about Billy Pilgrim, but he is he experiences time as non-linear. So he, like, it jumps around. Okay. Like, he is, like, he's in Dresden or whatever, in the slaughterhouse, and then, like, he will travel into the future, and he's, like, back home after the war. Okay. And then, but it gets, like, crazier because he gets abducted by an alien, like, race called Tremalfadorians or something. Anyway, it's a really fucking good book. It's like, it's super like cynical. Like, it talks about how pointless it is to make an anti-war book while he's making an anti-war book, because you know, you might as well, like, fight the tide of the ocean or something. Like, it's a force that, like, can't be stopped. Which is, like, a depressing way to start, you know, anything. But it really does. It makes you fucking think. It you know.
Okay, maybe I'll read it. Put it at the top of the list.
Vonnegut's he's my boy. I love him. Like, I know it's like a lot of people roll their eyes at Vonnegut, but don't fucking sleep on him. It is candy, you know, but it's fucking humorous shit. Like, he was a funny motherfucker. And he was himself to a T. He made these little drawings, and they are shit. Like, they are bullshit. But they're so him that you're just like, that's beautiful. Like, that's perfect. And he would put illustrations in his stories.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
Yeah, you should watch an interview with Kurt Vonnegut. Like, watch him talk. Like, I'm done being ashamed of my love for Kurt Vonnegut. Another great Vonnegut is Mother Night. in which the character is a former Nazi propagandist, like a guy who he is in Nazi Germany, and he's a playwright, and he's not political or whatever, but he's like, he has a wife that he loves very much, and basically he is approached by an American spy during the rise of Hitler, and he's like, hey, we need you to work for us and like leverage yourself and become like the voice of the voice of Hitler, basically, on the radio. And he does it. Like, he becomes like the greatest like Nazi propagandist, but he's secretly a spy for the United States. So it's already morally like fucking confusing.
Yeah.
Because he's so good at being a fascist, but he doesn't give a fuck. Like, the way he sees it, he's like, this is the best thing I can do. Then the war ends, and the United States says, hey, we appreciate what you did, but we can't admit that we did that. So for all intents and purposes, like, we're not going to prosecute you for being a Nazi, but you're on your own. So,
oh my god.
Yeah. It's so interesting. Like, Kurt Vonnegut is the king of just like he takes your morality, basically, and he turns it on its head, and he's just like, well, what about this, motherfucker? You know? And it's just like, oh, you prick. But it's also just like, god damn, you're funny. You're brilliant.
You're funny.
You're a funny motherfucker, Kurt Vonnegut.
You know?
R.I.P. For guys like me, Kurt is, I don't know. He's a leader. A thought leader.
Yeah.
He's
He's like my Amy Winehouse.
Oh my god. You would be an Amy Winehouse person. That's your version of being chuggy.
Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse chuggy. Name of the episode. Amy Winehouse chug.
Yeah, definitely.
You fucking Amy Winehouse chug.
I told you I saw the movie 3 times.
Oh my
in
god.
Theater, right? And
how many times did you cry?
All 3.
All 3.
You know me. I don't watch movies.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, that's
3
pretty
times.
insane. Yeah, I can't see you sitting still for one time. Well, how long of a documentary was it?
I think it's like 2 hours.
God damn.
It's so well done. Have you ever seen it?
She must have done a lot.
Have you ever seen it? You would love it. It's about how... Yeah. You would like it. I don't want to spoil it.
No, I have not seen it.
We'll watch it. I own it on DVD, the like collector's edition.
I started watching Wormwood.
What's that?
Which is super interesting. Let's talk about some goddamn television, shall we?
Okay.
Let's lighten the load.
We'll see if I know.
So I've been watching Wormwood, which is about MK Ultra. And
yeah, we were lightening the load.
Yeah. Well, MK Ultra was this CIA project that started in the 50s, where they were doing psychological like torture and just like methods of like interrogation and all sorts of fun stuff. And they may or may not have had like some Nazi doctors working on it. You know, you don't want to look into everyone's last name. But this show is like half documentary. It's like half an interview with a guy who really did have a dad who was a scientist, who mysteriously killed himself by jumping out of a hotel room window.
Damn.
But the initial report, like the coroner or whatever, was like cause of death, like, or whatever. It was like either throw, or it was like either jumped or jumped out or fell out. And it's just like, well, that doesn't really make any sense. Like,
Yeah.
did he, like, I don't know. Like, how could it be
Yeah.
those two options? Anyway, I'm getting too tunnel vision-y.
Yeah.
It's a good show. MK Ultra is a good thing to look into. Very good thing. What else have we been watching? Oh yeah. House of Dragons.
House of the Dragons.
House of the Dragons.
It's been it's been fun, I think.
It's been real fun. It's had the right amount of shock, you know, like a little bit of gratuitous violence never did anyone any harm. Like the crabs eating those guys.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was like disturbing as fuck, I thought. And then you had the cesarean section.
Oh
scene
my god, that was
in the pilot. Goddamn,
that scene was like. I felt
it's traumatizing.
That. Yeah, that was like fucking scary.
Yeah.
Like, that was a very heavy scene.
Right. Obviously, Game of Thrones isn't entirely true.
Yeah.
I know it's based on true. I'm kidding.
It's all true.
A guy who thinks that it's like history.
Yeah.
He just believes in dragons.
He just believes.
So yeah, dragons were.
I mean, dinosaurs.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if there were dragons?
Like,
do you think there were dragons?
Do I think there are dragons? No.
Damn.
No, I don't. I don't see how. Isn't there like a good possibility that like dinosaurs just like had feathers, like they were fucking birds, basically, like terrifying birds?
Yeah.
Because
now I'm picturing like a T-Rex with feathers.
A T-Rex with fucking fuzz. Like it just a T-Rex. It kind of does resemble like a giant like baby duck or something, or baby goose or something, like, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's built like a baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a baby.
My baby.
Yeah.
Baby.
T-Rex is just like my baby.
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 Little baby hands.
My baby. You like Jurassic Park, right?
My baby. Yeah, I do.
Huh?
I do.
It's pretty good.
It is.
It's one of those where it's like
it
has appeal to the masses.
Is there a new one out? Or no? Is there a new one coming out? Or is it done?
Jurassic Park. Is there a new one? I don't know.
Oh, look at this big old Fibo. Sorry, I got sidetracked.
Yeah.
What about Jurassic Park though?
It's you know how I'm mentally ill and I can't watch a movie without viewing it through like some sort of leftist like perspective.
And don't ruin it. Jurassic Park is so fun.
Yeah, but there's stuff in the subtext
like what?
So, in Jurassic Park, you have this old rich guy who just kind of represents a capitalist, someone who slaps his name onto research that's not his, and he recklessly funds and controls a company that and ignores concerns. Mm-hmm. Because he sees profit. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, I just kind of see it as a metaphor for capitalism. It's just like, yeah, these people ignore facts. They they don't care. They have tunnel vision about, like, eyes on the prize. Like, let's just franchise it and make fucking money out of it.
Yeah.
And, you know, that perspective is given in the fucking movie. I'm
Yeah.
not just projecting that.
No,
Like, fucking that's what Jeff Goldblum's character is, the cynic, and he's just like, you know, he gives that speech where he's just like, and what did you do? You slapped your name on it and you sell it or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that scene, like there's some lefty shit in that movie.
Yeah. Who's the director?
Spielberg.
Oh.
Do
you like?
Give me another one.
Like him?
Give me another movie. One that you like. I'll fucking give you my takes.
Mighty Joe Young.
I don't know that one. I remember it was like that. Was that a Disney film? I know it was live action.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it was Disney.
I don't know that one at all. Really.
Okay.
I could do, if you were gonna do any like kids movies, we would have to do a Pixar.
Oh.
Probably.
Were you not allowed to watch Disney?
No, I was.
Oh.
But there were certain Disney films that my parents didn't let me fuck with, like Hercules, because that was about pagan gods. Can you imagine? It's about Greek gods, and they were like, we don't want them seeing other gods portrayed. What? And it's just like well, look at me now, like what I've turned into, because I'm also too cynical to enjoy a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Although I will, like, you know, I'll watch anything and fucking give my little fucking take on why it's stupid. But give me another one.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy with Adam Sandler. I really haven't watched. I don't know. I've seen it. I've seen it once, but it's just like, I'm not like a big Adam Sandler guy, believe it or not. I'm just like,
Adam Sandler was so good.
Yeah, some of it's like super funny. I get it,
Yeah.
but some of it I don't get.
Yeah.
I like certain, like, Bill Murray, but not all Bill Murray.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Some people, I feel like he gets too much credit. But sometimes he's fucking hilarious. Like, what about Bob?
I don't know if I'm.
That's a hidden treasure. Like, if you've seen What About Bob, What About Bob is a film from the 90s, I believe, with Richard Dreyfuss and Bill Murray. And Richard Dreyfuss plays this very narcissistic psychiatrist who has just written a book, and it's a book that's like been a real success, and his goal in life has been to be on Good Morning America, and he finally is going to get his wish. And right before he goes on vacation, he meets his newest patient, which is Bob Wiley, played by Bill Murray. And Bob Wiley is just this, like, extremely, like, neurotic, like, just, like, super neurodivergent man who will not leave him alone. Like, so needy with his, like, fucking therapist or whatever. And he follows him against his will. Like, he follows him on vacation to Lake Winnipesaukee, and, like, just, like, through misfortunes and, you know, just, like, flukes, he's able to, like, stay like the entire time he's on vacation and, like, just infiltrate the family, basically. And it just slowly drives the psychiatrist insane. Now that is fucking funny to me. That's so funny. And Bob Wiley, the character that Bill Murray plays, is he's like a neurotic, germaphobe, you know, you name it. Like,
neurotic,
he's afraid
or
of
erotic.
Neurotic.
Oh.
Erotic. What?
An erotic germaphobe.
No, Jesus Christ.
Like,
Ew. There are people like that.
Yeah.
I one time I dated this girl for a second. It was like a very short amount of time.
A very short second.
A very passionate fling where we made out a couple times.
Uh-huh.
But and you know, we had thrown around long-term plans and stuff because she was that type of psycho who was like you know, within meeting a person, like within a week of meeting a person, she'd be like, well, I just want to do something, like I don't have forever, like, you know, like I'm looking for someone to marry or whatever. And she was just like this horrid rich brat. Like, just it was so important to her to just like let people know like that she's fucking loaded.
Yeah.
And it's because of her daddy. And she also she was just like a big like shit lib. You know, like a Hillary Clinton loving like shit lib. And her dad had like a car dealership. And it was a Trump guy.
Hell yeah.
Like, and she hated her Trump dad, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, she's loved him too because he pays for her like fucking mortgage. She had a goddamn like apartment in the River Market that she owned and like paid. She said that she paid like $600 in HOA fees a month or some bullshit.
Oh my God.
Like HOA in Kansas City, if you're like paying for it, and who the fuck buys an apartment in Kansas City? Like, that's so weird. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like, are you who? What a waspy.
And so they can be
like,
landlords afterwards when babies die.
Yes, because that's what the rich do. They buy up the resources. They fucking control the internet. And then everyone who wants to do business has to give them their little piece.
Give me my money.
Google's got to get their little piece.
I don't want to.
I don't want to.
I don't want to.
God damn.
don't want to.
Dude, we watched The Shining last week, and god damn, what a movie.
God damn. Bella.
The Shining also has like some cool hidden meanings, as we know. I don't know if y'all have seen Room 243, I think it's called. Whatever the room is in The Shining. But that's a very, very fun film. Very fun film.
Yeah.
Very fun film.
Very fun
It goes over the
film.
conspiracies. I don't know if they are conspiracies, though, because there is in The Shining a very clear subtext about the genocide of indigenous people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I mean,
the hotel in that movie is on an Indian burial ground. It's referenced.
Would you want to go? We go
To the Overlook or whatever.
It's the Stanley Hotel.
Is that what it's?
Yeah,
Oh,
Murder by Death plays a show
Right.
there every year.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And people stay in the hotel?
Mm-hmm.
Murder by Death. God
And
damn.
people kind of get dressed
Dude,
up like it's
people
a
love
fun.
Murder by Death. If you're listening to this and you don't know Murder by Death, they're a good ass
Fuck
time.
you if you don't know.
They're a good ass time. It's just like it's like violins and goddamn like southern like gothic rock, I guess.
Yeah.
Gothic like country. And they do fun ass covers, and the guy's voice is just outrageously pleasant to listen to.
Yeah.
It's just listen to. I would say start with Good Morning Magpie. Honestly, that's the best one. Like
That's your fave?
Yeah, that's the only one I consistently still listen to too. But to me it stands out.
Yeah, it does to me too, for sure. But I really like their new album a lot. It's a little different, but it's good.
See,
The
bands get lame in their old age, though, and I shouldn't judge them for that because some bands are not that way. And as we know, fucking Bowie, for example, he put out a fucking banger right before he died.
Yeah.
Leonard Cohen put out a banger right before he died.
Yeah.
You ever listen to "You Want It Darker" by Leonard Cohen?
Maybe yesterday.
These are men that are just like they're the greatest songwriters and like pop stars basically of our time, and they're
what about Justin Bieber?
Well, they're Justin Bieber is a corporate he's a corporate produced like just surrogate of a real genius. Like, like it's just a manufactured bullshit. Very
much so. I feel like that's what all pop
nothing
is.
There. Of course they have skill, like they're good at writing pop songs, but they're good what they're good at is just writing like the lowest common denominator, like
if they're even writing their songs these days. That's the other thing.
It's just it just feels so fucking manufactured.
It really does.
So that's why, like, I just crave the fucking, the sludge metal and shit like that. Like, guys who are not in it necessarily to sell
to the mass.
They're not included on Hyundai commercials or whatever. But they're just like, fuck it, hail Satan.
Yeah.
I love that shit. Let's rap. Let's go ahead and rap. Guys, thank you so much for listening. We love you.
We love you.
You guys have been growing, and you guys have been... I don't know if it's the same people, like, coming to the shows and stuff, any of you, but this is a movement.
Yeah.
This is becoming a movement.
We're starting to snowball.
These yes, and there's so much synergy behind all the projects and all the boys. Think of all the boys and all their reels. Like getting hundreds of thousands of views.
I know.
And we're all sharing each other's shit. We got sold out showcases at the Rhino. We got Sunday service. We got just like painting in general.
Yeah.
And we got an amazing community of people that are doing like creative shit.
Oh my gosh, I know.
It's wonderful.
It is. It's been fun.
It has. And we're just getting started, so come see me. Actually, if you're listening, there's very off chance you want to come see me at the comedy club Thursday. Thursday the 1st of September.
Okay. Well, we didn't open with a prayer, so I'd like to close with one.
Okay.
Led by Bella.
Okay. Bella? This is a good bit for video, but I don't know about the audio.
Can you...
Are you trying to, like, squeeze her until she squawks?
Yeah. I don't think she's going to.
Yeah, she's a pretty stubborn cat. She doesn't really...
Bella!
Like to perform.
Okay.
She doesn't do a lot of... do a lot of tricks.
We must bow our heads.
Okay,
We're saying our prayer.
All right, well, all right, you pray. This is your prayer.
All right. Dear Heavenly Father, just want to say thank you for this glorious moment that we have had and that we have shared with you, our listeners. You bring us, these listeners bring us so much joy.
Amen.
Amen. And the reason we wake up, and it's all because of you, God. So,
oh, Lord.
So keep being God and...
keep being God.
And, amen.
You're telling God, good job.
Yeah. Job.
Do you think God likes being told good job?
His name is
Maybe
Jod.
You should... Jod.
Jod.
Like Job. All right. We'll see you guys maybe later this week. I've been known to crank out some episodes.
Yeah. We got
and
a chicken
we're
here.
gonna see. We had some shit fall through obviously this week. Oh my God, we got it. All right, bye.